Hi!
Hi! Welcome back. Oh! I'm Allie.
And I'm Sam.
I forget how to do it. I forget because we don't sit down that often.
I know.
We used to be like, hi, I'm Allie. And I'm Sam. And that's Ferguson.
Sneezing. So today we're going to chat about everything we wish we knew before having twins as twin moms.
As twin moms.
We have twin boys. They are almost 3. So we've been at this twin mom thing for a while.
Yeah.
Here's everything we wish we knew at the beginning.
All right.
We've made a list. Ready?
Here we go.
First thing. You don't actually need 2 of everything.
You don't. I mean, there are certain things that you need to.
Yes, you need 2 safe places for them to sleep.
Yes, but some people actually get a twin bassinet. So it just has a divider. So technically you'd need one. I feel like, though, we didn't need 2 of everything. So we did get 2 bouncers. That was helpful.
Yeah.
2 bouncers was helpful. We didn't have 2 of the...
Yes, we did have 2 mummers. We did.
Yes, we did. My memory fails me.
You need 2 car seats.
You need 2 car seats. If possible, borrow stuff or potentially rent stuff if you have a twin or multiples group in your city. That is helpful.
Yep.
Because then you can see what your baby likes.
Yep.
Because this will go into another point. Just because they're twins, they might not like the same type of bouncer or the same type of baby sling.
Yes.
So if you could borrow one of each type and then see what your baby actually likes, then you don't buy them and then waste the money.
Yes. Is that our next point?
Let's do that as our next point.
Okay, that's our next point. Just because they're twins doesn't mean they're the same. They're not going to have the same interests. They might hit milestones at different times. They're not the same person just because they're twins.
Yeah. Ours hit milestones at very different times. Almost every milestone was a couple months apart.
Yep.
And that's okay. Everyone hits different things at different ages. And if you've had kids at different ages, you probably just wouldn't remember when they started to roll, when they started walking. You know, all of those things started sleeping this long in the night.
Yeah. Especially because I find that people's memories aren't necessarily as good as they think they are.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear a lot, just as a new parent in general, of people being like, well, my baby did this at 3 months old. And then you're thinking to yourself, that's physically impossible. But okay. I feel like people's memories aren't that great. So that too, when you're seeing 2 babies at the same time.
It's unique. It's a unique experience to be able to watch 2 children the exact same age grow up at the exact same time.
And I think one of my biggest pieces of advice for parenting twins is don't compare them.
Yeah, for sure. Because they're not the same.
They're not the same.
They're not the same person.
It is hard to get newborn twins on the same schedule.
Yes. I see so many things as like my biggest tip as a twin parent. Put them on the same schedule. Okay, maybe that works for some multiples. For us, it was not that easy because also our twins were different sizes. And a lot of times your twins will be different sizes and one might need to eat every 2 hours and one might not. And we didn't want to wake the other one because he was sleeping longer. And
because again, they're different people.
They
have different needs. One of our twins has always eaten more than the other, and one of our twins has always needed more sleep than the other. And to try to force them to do what the other twin is doing because it's what's best for their brother isn't fair.
No, so that didn't fit for us. We did not feel like that was a good thing, and we always kept their individual needs up front, even though it wasn't as easy for us. But like, anyway, we didn't get them on the same schedule for a long time. And they still, until recently, would wake up at they still wake up at different times in the night. They wake up at different times in the morning, and that's okay for us.
They're different people.
Yeah, if you can't get yours on the same schedule, don't worry, you're not alone. I feel like the majority of things you see online are people who like, get your twins on the same schedule, it's so easy. Or like all of the sleep consultants. And I'm like, okay, did you have twins? Because it's not that easy to just be like, sleep, also sleep at the same time.
I know you're not tired, but you need to sleep now because your brother's tired. This is just a pet peeve of mine. Everyone is going to ask if they're identical twins, even if they're obviously not identical twins.
Also, I hear a lot of boy-girl twins, like our friends have boy-girl twins, and they get asked if they're identical, and I'm like, do you know science?
Like, it's not possible.
They're not identical because they're boy and girl twins.
Yes.
People are going to ask you a lot of questions. Are they identical? Did you have a C-section? Who came out first?
Did you know you were having twins? That's the big one that we get asked almost every day.
Oh, you got your hands full. That's the number one thing you're going to hear. Every multiples parent is like, yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
you got your hands full. Are they twins? You got your hands full.
Every single time we leave the house with them, we get asked.
I feel like it bugged me the most from like when they were like 2 months to like 2 years old. I would get extremely irritated. Remember, I'd be like, I can't bring them today because I don't have it in me to be so irritated. But now I don't mind. Now I'm like, yes, they're twins. I'm like, I'm happy to chat. But at that point, like, we weren't sleeping. The last thing I wanted to do running errands was talk to 500 strangers.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, I'll chat and it's cute and the boys chat, but like just rubbed me the wrong way. And it's well-meaning.
People are also really weird seeing twins in public. Like the amount of times that people tried to take like photos of them.
It's so strange.
It's really weird. You also hear a lot of like, my cousin's neighbor has twins. Cool. Sleep with twins. Is that a thing? Do you sleep ever with twins?
So some twins might be fine. Ours went through phases where they slept, but if possible, the first like 6 weeks, if you can have some help at some point, it will probably be very beneficial for your mental health.
We had a postpartum doula, so they came a few nights a week and took care of the kids at night so we could sleep. And then I still had to wake up to pump because I breastfed them. It was a lifesaver.
So if you have like a family member, even if they can't help at the night, to be able to like come for a little chunk of time in the morning so you could actually sleep for like 2 or 3 hours straight, will probably be very beneficial. So if you've got any help that you could use in the first 6 weeks,
say yes to it.
Say yes. Just say yes.
Something else that we did to help with sleep, and I think was actually super, super helpful, was we divided the nights.
Yes. So if you're able to do that, like you'd go to bed at like 8:30 or 9.
Oh yeah.
Pretty early, sometimes 8.
Yeah.
I didn't really try to sleep. I know you could probably try to sleep, but like I'm not a person who can just go in and out of sleep. So I would stay awake until like 2, and then I would come up and we would switch.
And then I would just wake up for the day at 1 or 2 a.m. A lot of times
times you did, yeah.
And so then I would just be up from then for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I don't know how you
And
did that.
getting that just chunk of sleep
right?
was so helpful. Like a chunk of like 4 or 5 hours of uninterrupted sleep, 6 hours maybe.
It was so helpful because we knew we had a chunk of sleep.
Yeah.
So if you're able to do that, I mean, depends, obviously. Like ours could take bottles because we had frozen milk and stuff. So it was like different if you didn't have that. It'd be harder. But if you're able to somehow divide it or somehow make sure you get a chunk of sleep,
you might / probably won't be as flexible as your friends with singletons.
yes, that is very true. So like there's 2. You have 2 newborns, 2 babies, 2 toddlers. You can't do the same things. You can't take them to swimming lessons alone. You just can't. You can't take them to like a lot of things alone. People with singletons can just go to the store even, and you just carry one. Like you can't just go to the store.
Yeah,
as
you're
easy
gonna
with
have to like
2
figure
babies.
out how to do things, and you will. So, for instance, when
figure
I
it
would
out.
be taking the kids to the farmers market alone when they were babies,
Yeah.
getting them in and out of the car, like little things that you don't think of. When you have 2 tiny babies, how are you gonna do it?
How?
So once they're not in those bucket seats that you carry, because that was kind of easy, clip them in. You do that like
because you
in the
could carry
car
2 of those.
Yeah, in the house. I would put one baby in a carrier.
Yeah.
And carry the other one, and then put the one in my arms in the car, get them all in, and then the other one out of the carrier in.
Yeah.
And if I was going grocery shopping, I would make sure that I parked next to the cart corral, and that the cart corral had a double, what are those called? Cart?
Yeah.
For the 2 of them, so that I could, get them in there.
It's like these hacks you have
You
to learn.
figure things out.
And
It's harder.
getting, like, actually, if you don't have a driveway that faces your door, like, I actually found that really difficult getting 2 babies to the car and back alone. I would do it like this. Like, I would take both and be like, oh gosh, and then you got all the stuff too. And then when you get to the car, you're like, okay, I'm gonna lay one on the seat thing, put one in. Like,
See, that's why I used a carrier.
See, we had different tactics. But you make it work. But it's not as easy. Like, you can't just go. You can't just, like, run in the store and hold your baby.
Yeah.
Because you have to. You'll figure it out.
Yep, you'll figure it out.
But it's not, like, the world is not designed for people with twins.
No, the amount of grocery stores that I still won't go to because they have a cart that's only for one, like Walmart.
What do you do?
They don't have carts with places for 2 kids. They
Like,
just
what are you
don't.
supposed to do?
So I just don't shop at those stores.
And then they're like, don't put your kid in the basket. Well, what are you
Where
supposed to
put
do?
them?
What do you do?
I just don't shop there.
Yeah. And, like, for naps, it's not like your baby can just nap on the go because there's 2 babies. And
Some
you
people
have to...
can, but yeah.
I don't know. We were very like, they have to be home for their nap because they have to. Well, I mean, not when they're newborns. They just sleep anytime. But once they were like
on a sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as flexible.
Not as flexible.
Your double stroller may not fit through every doorway.
It might not. So we had one previously that didn't fit through all the doorways. So we now have one that...
We sold it because of that issue.
What's it called? The Bugaboo Donkey Duo. But this one fits through standard doors. Like, you don't have to use the accessible door. You can just, like, use any door.
As a side-by-side. I mean, when you have I think they're called tandem, where there's one in front of the other. We never had a stroller like that. We actually got one and immediately sold it because we were like, this is not for us.
It felt like, it just wasn't.
We like a side-by-side.
You're going to find a stroller you like.
They were little. I liked to be able to, like, see them both.
I did too.
And have, like, not one further from me, you know?
Yeah, I did too. So I would actually highly recommend the Bugaboo.
Yeah, Bugaboo Donkey is my favorite stroller. We've used so many, and I love the Bugaboo Donkey.
So good. It's just amazing in every way.
I fell in love with it before we actually got it, and I had to, like, sell Allie on it. I was like, here's all the reasons. Actually, it can also be a singleton stroller.
Yeah.
It collapses down.
It's
I love
perfect.
it. It's my
so
favorite
perfect.
stroller. If we had a third baby, I would just keep the donkey.
Oh, yeah.
And just use that as a singleton stroller. I feel like we should do a whole video dedicated to twin gear.
Yeah.
And what worked and what didn't.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do one.
Let's do one. Let's do one for sure.
This is something I still struggle with. Finding one-on-one time to spend with them is hard.
Oh yeah. Well, they've never known one-on-one time ever, really. The odd time we'll split up.
They also, our kids have FOMO. So if I'm like, I'm going to take one to Costco, then normally the other one's like, I want to go to Costco.
Yeah. But like sometimes we'll split up and do something apart. But then we miss the other one. Yeah, it is hard though. Because usually it's like one adult to two kids.
And I know people say like, oh, that's something that every parent with more than one child has to deal with.
Yeah.
But...
And it is.
Yes, but if your kids are different ages, they're napping at different times and you get to see them one-on-one in those times. Or they're in different activities because they're in different age groups, so you're seeing the other one then. They go to bed at different times because one's older, you know? Like, I feel like there's more just, like, little ways in the day that you can be one-on-one with them. They're in different classes at school, so they're not always together. You know? Like, there's just, I think, different times that you get more one-on-one time with them, just, like, randomly worked into your day naturally, or like one's older so they go to school first so you have a whole year, or you had that whole X amount of time before your second child was born where you were one-on-one, you know, and you don't naturally have those when you have two babies at the same age doing the same things, you know. So I've always found that getting one-on-one time with them is hard.
It is hard.
And finally, your twins might not be best friends. I'm sorry to break it to you. I feel like everyone on the internet talks about how amazing it is, the twin bond, and they're best friends, and they do everything together. That might not be the case for you, because it's not the case for us. 3 years in,
and our twins are just becoming tolerable.
Civil to each other.
From the womb, fucked. Every ultrasound, they were just beating, like literally punching each other and kicking each other. And we were like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And they came out, and it's the same. And they still punch and kick each other.
I think there was one single time when, because I used to tandem breastfeed them, and there was one single time that they held hands, and I took a photo of it because I was like,
probably the only time they ever held hands yet. They're just not friends. They don't really like to play with each other.
You know, they're just, because they fight. They want the same toy at the same time. They, you know, they're friends. They're not friends.
They're not. And you see how the twin bond.
They don't have a beautiful twin bond.
They don't. They really don't, and that's okay. But you never hear that. You always hear, my twins are best friends.
They have a special language.
Not ours.
I just don't even want to talk to each other.
They don't even want in the same room as each other. If yours aren't friends,
you're not alone.
You're not alone. You just hear all about this twin bond, and like maybe they will.
Maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't though. Like some twins just because they're twin came at the same time, doesn't mean they're gonna be besties.
Yeah. Time will tell with these two. But if you are like, oh my god, are my twins broken? Why aren't they friends?
Ours aren't either. So they just fight. It's just
siblings. Not all, but that's the thing. Not all siblings are gonna get along.
No.
Anyway,
those are some things we wish we knew, I guess, before having twins.
Yeah. We also get asked on the regular if we are twins and our kids are twins.
I was like, this happened like 2 times back to back in one day and the next day. Last week, people were like, oh my god, are you twins and they're twins? And we were like, no. And then we literally were giving our passports. Like, we were flying. Boarding pass and passport. They look, are you twins?
No.
We also have different last names.
But one of us could be married.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for
We're
watching.
not twins.
We're not twins.
In case you thought.
In case you made it all the way to the end of this video and thought that we were twins who each had a set of twins.
I see it. Like, if you, okay, so if you, like, did not know us, you know, when you first see a person, you're only seeing, like, the overall. You're not seeing, like, the individuals. It's like if you see a black cat and a black cat, you'd be like, they're twins.
Oh, look at that black cat.
That's why I said black cat, because he's there. Like, you'd be like, they're identical from the litter, and then you'd be like, no, one's 14 and one's 6 months. But it's like you're seeing the overall, and then you, like, after a few minutes, you know, see the individuals. So I think that's it. Like, I'm always like, they're identical twins. And you're like, no, they're not, Ozzy. So I would be guilty of being like, you're identical twins. Because look, from afar, I see it. Okay, so if you have more things you wish you knew before having twins.
If you had advice.
If you have advice for other twin-to-be parents or multiples.
Yes.
We can't speak to, I don't know how people do it with triplets.
Not even going to touch on that.
Heroes.
Quadruplets.
You are
quintuplets.
Heroes.
Sextuplets.
Heroes.
Septuplets.
I can't.
Octuplets. Octuplets is the highest that's ever been born.
Actually wild. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we will see you all soon.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Wait, Octomom had octuplets. Maybe this is non-uplets. Maybe there's one more.